members present. We got roll call. We got Geraldine,
Here.
Donna,
Here.
Cindy,
Here.
and Darwin's there. Randall is absent. All right. Okay. Have a quorum. All right. Approve the minutes of the meeting held on April of 2024. Anybody have any questions?
I'll make a motion for that.
Motion by Donna, second by Geraldine. Who was? Cindy. Okay. Couldn't tell. Second by Cindy. All right, all four?
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Approve the school budget for all school funds. So, give us a once over there, please.
Okay,
don't
is
mind?
that the new one? Is that the newest, new ones?
I think so.
Okay.
That's the one.
Two of them.
That's two. So,
No, this is the,
This
we got one.
the actual budget.
Division
Okay.
5 and
the Division 5.
No, general purpose school fund,
So this will be the new
Budget.
budgets.
the budget. All right, okay. All right,
The first one.
yeah. Go ahead, you got it.
Okay. Well, we, of course, the county revenue, local revenue, we never change. So it is still all the same.
Okay.
The TISA, we have increased it a little bit. Now, we gave max numbers here because we had to get it to the newspaper and everything. So that doesn't mean that we will use all of these expenses, but we did put max numbers in here just in case, to cover ourselves. So as far as, I guess, do you all want to kind of talk about any changes or anything first? Is that, we did increase, insurance. I'm sure Connie knows very well about the insurance. And of course, they had told us to estimate 7%, but ours come out more, because we pay a full single policy. And I think you all may do that as well. So it was gonna hit us harder, more like 11%, because most of our people have a single policy, and that's what a lot of ours have. And so it was gonna hit us more at like 11% versus the 7% that we estimated. So insurance was definitely an increase for us, this year. And then, let's see, let me just choose. I think we put in a new EL position, that is English learner teacher position, due to the EL students that we have. That was something that we had to have another teacher for.
That population is growing across the county.
Across the county, so it would kind of like be a district-wide. We have one that serves all schools right now, and then now we'll be adding another to help with that.
Will it be all grades or just certain grades? All grades.
Yes, it'll serve all of the countywide population in the schools. And then we added a new CBC teacher at the high school. In the special ed budget, we did need definitely, there's a need for that at the high school. So we had to add a new CBC teacher there. And then we added a what do they call it, behavior specialist position, which will be a countywide position.
And that person will be able to help, kind of like she just said, countywide, help us with issues at any of the
In
schools.
any school that has,
In
they
any-
have a child that's
That's
like autistic.
Yes, that's right. And help us to learn from.
Have you hired for that position?
Yes,
Okay, who did you hire for
if
that?
I'm not mistaken, her last name is Hal.
Okay.
Not from here.
Is she qualified to do that with behavior?
Yes,
So she has a background in behavior?
yes, she does.
Okay, okay.
Is she from here?
I don't really know.
I want to think that I'm not sure where she's from, but I want to think that Ms. Nivens contracted with her,
That's right.
the company that she worked for, and now she's actually going to come to work for us instead of
Correct.
contracting.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So she did work with behavioral, I forget what it's called,
We had worked with her son, like Crystal said, we'd worked with her son.
this
So-
last year.
So now she's gonna be just working for us.
That'll save them money.
I was trying to think of anything else. Did you all think of anything that was maybe added?
The after school, that's been took care of.
So the after school, yes, it will not be like 73300 community services. That was where we kind of had the after-school, which we ran, it's a federal, after-school is federal, most of it, there's one of those. So we have 3 after-school programs. 2 of those are 21st century through federal programs, and then one is called LEAPS, and it runs through the state. So that one is still in our budget, and then the 2 that run through federal programs are the ones that are gonna move to ESSER, and use some of the ESSER funding.
So you got the funding from ESSER?
Yes, yeah.
For all of this 7300.
We left some of it, yeah, we left some of it, I think 100,000. Trying to find the bottom line. And of course, the years prior would have been all 3 programs, and that was just an estimate because we never knew how much we were gonna get till up in the year. So we just had to put in guesses on those in the prior years as well, but that did include all 3 programs. So the 24-25 budget only includes the LEAPS, and it may be estimated a little high. So let me see, back on 71100, which is your regular instruction program. I think the EAs, which is 163, probably went up quite a bit. We do have we had a Grow Your Own program that was running commonly through ESSER funding the last, how many years was that, 3 possibly?
3 or something.
So that is when we have educational assistants that plan to be teachers. And so there is a cohort group this year, and do you know how many years that was for, Donnie? 3 more years. So there's a cohort with us, Austin P, and some other districts, and we are gonna do that program again through kind of Austin P University. So that would, I think we had 4 EAs maybe, and now we're gonna have 5 that are gonna go through that program. So the cost of that, or the difference in that 163, a lot of that's those 5 EAs for the new Grow Your Own program that we're doing.
That's the difference in that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this just been offered now? Has it been before?
Yeah, the last one that we were doing was through the ESSER funding. ESSER offset that Grow Your Own program. And then, of course, with all the ESSER funding mostly gone away now, it is gonna move to, they wanted to continue that because it was such a good thing. So they're doing it through Austin P University. And then several of the schools opted into it. Do you remember any of the other schools? I think it was us, and I'm trying to remember the other schools that was gonna do that, but anyway, it was.
But that's a very beneficial program, though. I mean, that's a way of us, there's a teacher shortage, and that's a way of us to take our own people from here that are
Yes.
interested in being teachers and then helping them to become teachers.
Oh, 3 more now. Yeah, the other one was 3, and then this one's gonna be 3. Sherry, thanks as well.
What is the TISA on the 46.5?
So TISA, that is Tennessee Investment in Student Achievement. So it used to be BEP, the Basic Education Program, and now that changed over to the TISA funding from the state level.
Coming in.
Yes, so all that used to be in 46.511 is where all the state funding come in, and now it moves to TISA, 46.510.
Okay.
So that's the new state funding for education in Tennessee.
How's that funding different now, because so many children are going homeschooling? Do you have the numbers on that?
I don't have the exact numbers of how many are going, but there's a lot of
Yes.
students that are homeschooling. I don't know that that's really a factor right now in this, the way this is, you know.
Oh, okay.
We have added a lot of, I'm sorry, we're gonna start it. Okay. So we had added also a lot, ESSER, I guess we had that extra funding, and so they tried out a lot of different platforms for like students and teachers to use, teachers in the classroom and stuff. So there is quite a few of those programs that they really liked and the teachers were having very good success with them. So they wanted to try to keep those. And so we have worked a lot of them into this budget as well. We've had several meetings to discuss which ones were beneficial. They've sent out surveys to the teachers to get feedback from them to see which ones they really liked and were using and utilizing. So we went through all of those and picking up quite a few of those so that we can try to keep them. And yes,
And we wanted to keep the ones that were most effective
Yeah.
and did the most job,
Yes.
the best job for us.
and then there's, let's see, we have some, of course, I think, I'm sure Connie has to hear it like we do, possibly about updating our local government, which is our finance software. So we have actually put funding in to do that. Our monitors from the State Department with the Department of Education, they had recommended that as well. Of course, they would like to see us move on a little bit further in technology, so we're gonna try. Not that we really want to, but. Oh.
I'm sure they did, but just because someone has asked me this, do the teachers get a raise in this?
So we have put an increase for instruction and support staff in here. We don't know what that will be, but we put a highest number, we'll say, just to cover whatever the board does decide to do. And of course, we usually approve our pay scales at the July meeting, so we've got
That's
that.
approved by the board, right?
Yes, yeah, they'll set the pay scales, yeah.
Now, the state put a mandate on teacher pay on what year was it we have to hit the number?
So by 26-27, the minimum has to go up to $50,000.
Okay.
And so at this current year that we've been in, 23-24, it was 42,000. For 24-25, the coming budget, this one, it had to be increased $2,500
Okay.
to 44,500. So
you'll,
that's a have to, that we will have to go up to the 44.5 this year
Okay, so you have 2 years to hit the 50.
to hit the 50, yes, yeah. We'll have 2 more after this year, but we have to hit these minimums each year between as well.
And that's the minimum, they'll be getting 44.
44.5 will be the minimum this year for sure, yes.
You could get more.
Yes, yeah, they can.
Depending on what the board
do-
decides.
Yeah,
We don't know about the support.
no, don't know what they'll do. They are trying to look and assess everything for sure for them, but don't know for sure what they'll do just yet. Insurance, our liability insurance, workers' comp and everything went up a little. We did have to increase for that. Of course, we do have the new football stadium facility over there. We have a new CTE facility that's hopefully gonna be up and running by July 19th, I wanna say. I think that may have been the last date Ms. Leslie gave me. So that will be added to our insurance as well. We did get a couple of vehicles and new buses, of course, that always raises the prices and stuff. So we also have to, for after-school programs, to have those, we have to have a insurance for ransomware, I guess. So we had to add that this year as another cost. We already had some cyber security insurance, but this is on top of that even. We had to meet a certain threshold for that, so.
What about our building program? We're gonna start this year, money that we borrow. We start our improvements, are we starting on it? Or we already started on it?
Well, we're still in the planning.
Still planning.
Yeah, yeah. But it's definitely going. It's definitely going.
I figured y'all were working on it. I knew
Well,
they asked me, somebody asked me about it, so they've not said what they're gonna do. I figured it was engineering still doing their.
That's right,
planning
yeah,
stuff.
that's right.
All right.
So you was able to do all this and didn't increase your budget?
Well, it did increase, we increased it out of TISA numbers right now, but we're totally gonna go back and trim. So this was just highest projections for a working budget, so we're certainly, as soon as we get pay scales decided and everything, gonna go back and trim. Janitorial supplies, Sherry's making me some notes, that's good. Our janitorial supplies, we've given the same allocation each year to the schools for, I want to think, since I was doing it in like 08 and 09. Yeah, so we know that prices have just gone up in everything. I will say janitorial as well as bus parts, that went up drastically for us this year, so we tried to raise that. We had to raise it this year and next year, of course, and I don't foresee them going down. And I was trying to think,
It's everything.
just increasing everything, and so, I mean, sadly, just everything is so expensive, getting more and more expensive.
Paper.
Yes, every toner.
Yeah, toner is ridiculous.
Yes.
What about the school lunches? Are you gonna have to increase the price of those?
I
No,
don't,
I don't believe so.
I don't think that they would need to increase the prices for sure.
Well, do you think they'll ever get back the free lunches for the children?
We're looking into that now. We're looking
You
to
are
see.
looking into
yeah.
that now, isn't there a grant program for that?
Yeah, there is, if you qualify. You know,
If you qualify.
If everything works out just so.
Okay.
That's something we're in the process of looking into right now.
Okay, very helpful to get it.
I'm
I'm very helpful. I'm very helpful for the parents. I mean, I just,
Yes, that'd be great.
You know, help them get it.
absolutely, absolutely.
I think White County gets that. I heard one said that Louisville gets it.
I just heard, on the radio this morning that Pickett was going to be able to do it again this year. I heard that one on the radio this morning, which I'm thrilled for anybody that can do it. It is wonderful.
What's
I'm
the
very excited.
qualifications for that? Is it a hard grant to fill out, is what I'm asking?
Well, it is pretty complicated. I can't quote it all to you right off, but, that program is supposed to be the school nutrition program is one that's not supposed to make not supposed to make a profit, just break even. And they take into account your expenses and so forth, and, it's pretty complicated.
Okay.
Do you know if it'll be done before the school year starts, or?
I don't know, but, we're a little hopeful. Look, I don't want to give false hope, but we're hopeful.
156. Is the 156 budget in here? Okay, I was trying to find it, but the wheel tax we put in the 156 budget.
22. It's 22.
Carl, can I ask a question? Is that okay? Okay, first off, I'm Colleen Tuck, and I have two little ones in Hillham, so it's really good to hear about the funding for the after-school program, because I know that was an issue. So my question is, what is the impact to the, wherever you said the money was coming from? What programs will not be provided or will be funded at a lower rate because of, well, the shift of funds?
The shift in those funds.
Yeah, that come from the ESSER funds. We had allocated those ESSER funds for building needs, building repairs and things like that. So we did take some off of that. We took some off of that, but we're still doing the vast majority of it. So that's where that money is coming from for the ESSER fund, for the after school.
Okay, so again, an impressive budget, and great to hear the commissioners focusing on the issues that I hear about. So thank you.
And I remember talking to you on the phone.
That's right.
That's right.
Any more questions? Go ahead.
So this wheel tax, what does that go to now? I've had
That's a
numerous
good-
phone calls
That's a good
recently
question.
about
Cindy
why-
actually just
I
asked
just
where it
asked
was.
that.
And that's what I was looking for. So that funding actually goes into the 156 debt service category. So it doesn't show, like on this 141, it says wheel tax and there's no dollar amount there. But it's actually, it goes into the 156 debt service budget. So those funds are budgeted there.
Add on their buildings and so forth.
So it helps to offset on the building programs. Yes, it all goes to the,
What do you mean all day?
yes.
School buildings. It can only be used towards school buildings, right?
So that's
Buildings
there to
there,
stay.
Program.
School debt. The wheel tax is there to stay, right?
It's, yeah,
As long as there's,
As long as school debt,
debt,
there'll
As long as
always
it's
be a
debt.
wheel tax.
it'll always be there.
It'll always be debt.
It appears that way, you know.
Okay.
There's been a trend where
I had just had some calls, but we don't use that, wheel tax for something else besides the school system, I don't know. But also too, that people don't understand the budget, that they have a maintenance of effort. Right. And if the wheel tax sticker wasn't there, then the county would have to pick up and give the schools the maintenance of effort.
Any other questions?
One more.
Alright,
If we put wheel tax on the ballot, does it have to go to the school, does it have to go to this, or can you specify an increased wheel tax to go to something else?
you have
You
to,
have to earmark it. Right.
Whatever they're getting now has to go to them,
To them.
and whatever you add on to that, you earmark it for something else. They will get what they was getting, and whatever new goes to where, if you wanted to go, say, the general fund, say if you add $20, they will still get their 35, and then the 20 will come out and go to the general. That wouldn't change. They wouldn't get all, just because you add on to it doesn't mean it automatically goes to the school. Whatever you allocate that for, that's where that new money goes.
But isn't there a process for that?
Yeah, it's gotta go on a referendum.
alright, anything else? Thank you all. I'll entertain a motion to approve the school budget for 24-25.
Oh, my motion.
Motion by Geraldine,
Sorry.
second by Cindy Robbins. We'll do a roll call. Donna,
Yes.
Geraldine,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
and I'm for, so all four, motion carried.
Thank you, Ben.
Number 5, new or old business to discuss, approved school budget amendments, a general purpose school fund 141, amendment number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Federal projects fund 142, amendment number 8 and 9. Central cafeteria fund 143, amendment number 2. Education debt service fund amendment number 1. So, and that's in that second stack, I think, but if you wanna look through it. Is that where it's at?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I may have accidentally went through these last time at the last one. I may jump ahead, but, I
You
think
did go through these last time.
I went through, I went through last time, and then there wasn't, some of them was in the minutes and some wasn't, so we put them back on. I told Connie, it doesn't hurt, we'll just put them back on just in case.
Yeah.
But I think we did most of those last time.
Right.
So 8, 7 and 8 may be the new ones. Revision 7, I didn't discuss, I don't think it was on there last time. So revision 7 was just, we never get the summer, program funding until later in the year. So as soon as we got that and found out our numbers, we got that budgeted in and got board approval, and then, of course, put it in a revision 7 to bring to you all. So all of the revision 7 was to just add in that summer, program, which is the summer learning camps, that we've been blessed to have the last 3 years, I think. So we just finished that up, I think, today at A.H. Roberts, and now the teachers can go on break maybe. But that was what 7 was. So then, of course, 8 is the big final one. So 8 was just all year-end budget clearing and making sure that we had everything in the right places. Just all year-end budget amending. And then, let's see, I guess the 142, 8 and 9, most of those are all her year-end clearing as well. 143, I think they had a small amount change. I think they had the meal software, I guess, platform they were using, which was Meals Plus, was going away, and a new company maybe bought it out, so they had to change their platform a little bit with this new company, which was obviously a little increase in price. So I think that's what their amendment was for in there. And then the education debt service amendment was just, we had been leaving the same amount for trustee commissions. We had to up that just a little bit, and then one of the interest payments we had just a little bit. I think we included, it wasn't that it went up, I think we just included one, we counted one of the payments on last year's that should have been this year's. So, not that it went up or anything.
Okay.
I think so, it'll be amendments.
Is that everything? All right, you have any questions?
Let's
Is it
see.
on this last page?
For all of the programs together,
Yeah.
I don't think we have them, but I could tell you, I'll tell you what that is.
All right, need a motion to approve the amendment? Motion by Don Savage. Second,
Yeah.
Cindy?
It's all in.
Yeah, Don made one, and Cindy seconded. Cindy? Ford? Yes. Geraldine? Don?
Yes.
And I Ford. Motion carries, all four. All right, we need to approve the minutes of the meeting held on November 27, 2024. I think we have to in place, so I'm assuming we're just redoing that.
I'll read them and I'll make a motion.
Motion by Don. Second, Geraldine. All four? All four. All right. We'll wait on y'all to schedule the next meeting, let y'all get your things together, so, we appreciate you all being here. Thank you all for the hard work you do for all of our kids.
We appreciate you too. Thank you.
So, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn. By Geraldine. Second by Don Savage. All four?
Okay, who was it?
Please stand adjourned. Thank you.
You. Oh.
And then Donna.
Enjoy. Enjoy.